Oh my God, hey there. It's the podcast where I, Fiona Frawley, explain to him, a man, Dwayne Doogan, that there's more to life than things like football, accumulators, and Bonnie Blue. This is Men Welcome.
Did you expect the dog to be here?
No, I'm happy she's here.
Yeah.
She's actually making me feel a lot better. I'm nervous because even before I had our baby, I had a baby, which you can check out on my Instagram, close friends at Fiona Frawley. I feel like I've had, and even before being pregnant, I think I've had baby brain in the sense of like haven't been able to form a sentence or do anything creative or funny.
So this is a good time to start a podcast.
Perfect time to start a podcast.
Yeah.
I think it's from, not to be like, it's from COVID, but I actually think it's from COVID when you're just not talking, when I wasn't talking really to anyone except you. And I feel like you and me have a kind of shorthand where we probably actually don't verbally say that much, or you talk a lot and I just kind of nod, which again will be great for a podcast.
Right, so basically you're putting
So this is the end of the podcast, and thank you so much for listening.
Okay, well look, we'll try our best. We'll see what you have in you.
Let's give it a go. I know. I did think, because I've like in stand up and everything, and we're both stand up comedians. We met 10 years ago at a little known open mic night called Jesters. Shout out to it's not O'Neill's. Is it O'Neill's? No. Donoghue's, Suffolk Street, where dreams come true.
It's the fake O'Donoghue's.
The real O'Donoghue's is Baggot Street.
Yeah, and apparently, can't remember who was telling me this, that like has been like legal battles, being like when one painted themselves white, the other painted themselves white, and like basically they're getting tourists coming off of Grafton Street and going, "That's O'Donoghue's. We read about this in the tourist guides."
Oh yeah, because
and they're just stealing.
Baggot Street one is probably iconic, is it?
That's where the Dubliners started. Yeah. That's where the history, or I don't know if they started, but that's what it's famous for. The Dubliners.
It's where Oasis had their after party.
I don't know if that's where the tourists are going.
Come on.
I don't know if people from Syracuse, New York, in their retirement holiday are going, where did those Oasis guys play? Is that a good upstate New York accent?
So good. They're saying, where did Joanne McNally get invited to Oasis's after party?
And Richard Ashcroft.
Okay. No, I think that rings a bell.
So actually. Yeah, apparently they have nothing to do with each other.
That's kind of, but they're finding a way to make it work together in the city.
No. I think O'Donoghue's Baggot Street are like, they're a bunch of bastards.
Wow, what a shame. O'Donoghue's Baggot Street are like they are a bunch of bastards, or O'Donoghue's Baggot Street are a bunch of bastards?
No. O'Donoghue's Baggot Street are like, can we get rid of the other guys? What
right.
Like?
I feel like it makes me think that they're global because there's two O'Donoghue's that are black and white. I'm like, they're a franchise.
I just thought they were the same, but nah, it's a piggyback.
Okay.
Stealing business.
That's
because I'm sure if you search like top things to do in Dublin or something like that, you could find O'Donoghue's maybe as like for traditional Irish music. Go and see all this stuff, and then you're gonna go and like you go to Baggot Street O'Donoghue's, you'll see that out in the courtyard or the little side area. It'll be great, good pints, good vibes. We've been in there a few times. Mm-hmm. My friend Darren Moore has a rating of all of the best Guinness pints he's ever had. O'Donoghue's is tied number 1.
Shout out,
along with
to Darren and the pint.
The Guinea Guide, it's called.
Nice. Not enough people rating Guinness in this world.
What's worse is that it's me and his fiance co-own the Google spreadsheet because he won't do it, but he'll like text us being like, "Hey, I just had a pint."
Of course, you were willing to carry that baton.
Yeah,
any excuse for you to start.
I've actually to people behind the curtain. She won't make me editor, so I just have a copy and I send her the edits.
Becca, if you're listening, and I doubt you are, please grant Dwayne access to Darren's Guinness Google spreadsheet.
Well, yeah, as this is the first episode of the podcast,
yeah. So
I thought rather than like trying to introduce ourselves and big ourselves up, we are a married couple.
Correct.
We've recently had a baby.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
And actually, that's it. Like, to peel behind the curtain a little bit, this isn't our first attempt at this first episode. And not even at this topic that we're going to discuss later on, Desperate Housewives. We were going to do Desperate Housewives Season 1. we had just watched season 1. We even filmed ourselves watching the finale for the whole hour.
We did.
And then we did the episode. We had a fight during it and couldn't obviously broadcast that. Well, it probably would be.
Maybe you should, so people can learn.
I've deleted it because the key to this is since then we've had a baby, which then makes me remember, which I think I forgot, that
you can't shout at me.
I was shouting at my pregnant 8.5 month wife.
Heavily pregnant.
Like, why the fuck are you shit at the podcast, you bitch?
I am so happy, humble, and thrilled to report that this is our 5th attempt to record this podcast. If you include the time that we watched Desperate Housewives, which was
we did a pilot,
so
which I think
shit.
was good.
Yeah, that was good. So including that, it's our 5th.
We've only had 2 failed attempts.
Well, I think that when we sat and watched the show, tried to fill,
that was just for clips.
It was just for fun.
It was also for fucking nothing.
Yeah, truly. Well, during it, I was like, I'm
establishing here that
we're
cursing here.
We're fucking legends, all right? We rock and we swear and get used to it.
I think the worst swears though will get us demonetized.
Okay, like the big ones.
The big big
baddies.
The big C.
Yes, of course.
Is there any other big ones? Oh well, there's slurs.
There's slurs, which we won't get into till at least episode 6.
That's for the Patreon.
Exactly.
We will drop slurs
Subscribe
on the Patreon
now. But so whatever you call it, baby brain, not good thought process.
You
not
reckon
creative.
You've had baby brain since COVID?
I've had baby brain since I was a baby, maybe.
Oh, you you still have your own baby brain.
I still haven't developed since 6 months old.
Okay, let's clarify that you have.
Maybe vaguely.
No, for my own sake.
Oh yeah, actually, because that would make you
pedo.
Are we allowed to say that? Anyway, so I feel like I have been struggling to formulate sentences and to be creative. So I've been trying to get back into reading. So I bought Lena Dunham's new book and I bought another book that people on Instagram recommended to me. But then
I couldn't think of anything worse than being recommended a book.
I know. No, it's actually so good because...
No, do you know, like, I honestly feel like that's somebody saying... Do you know a couple of months ago, my mother took us to see a play?
Yes, The Crucible in the Gaiety.
I was just like, she wanted to go see it and I was like, fine, I'll go. And then everybody went. I was like, is there a way I can just get out of this and let you guys go? And be like, it's a girly thing. And I really...
The Crucible actually is girly, to be fair.
And look, she wanted to
There's
go to
a lot
see
of witchcraft and girlfriends being together in the woods.
And I remember dreading being like, for like the week or two leading up to it, being like, I cannot think of anything worse than having to go sit in and watch a play.
Yeah.
I was drawn to that scene in Peep Show where they have to go to a play. And like, oh my God, this costs more than a film and we could be watching a film and like, let's pretend we're watching Heat. And I was just like, I wish I could pretend to watch Heat. Good.
So it's hard.
Sorry, if someone recommended me a book, I'd have the same feeling, be like, no, I'm going to have to read the fucking book. Yeah. And I don't want to.
But just on The Crucible, it's hard because you were so far away. Did you enjoy it at all?
Mentally as well.
You were in Spain without the S. But did you enjoy it at all? Did you enjoy it? I feel like we couldn't even hear it. I did it for the Leaving Cert, humble brag. So I feel like a lot of it was coming back to me.
I tried my best to pay attention.
Yeah.
Now, the lack of volume where we were was an issue for hearing it.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was an issue for me giving a shit.
I think... we're probably not going to get into the Crucible because I don't think
like that story did not need to be 3 hours.
Did you think it was boring? I
think that could have been a short film.
I like the whole mob mentality aspect.
Yeah, but like there was 4 scenes over 3 hours.
Yeah, but John Proctor ultimately was a good man.
I don't know who that is.
Sorry, I got to tell my story about at the Gaiety. Okay, so we were at the play. I was 8.5 months pregnant. Like I was ready to pop, visibly pregnant. And they're obviously very strict in there, very theatre vibes. Like, you know, you can't fold your coat over your chair. Like everything.
That was bollocks.
Like,
what if your coat falls? It's like, I'll pick it up.
Everyone's trying to piss, especially me, because I am at that stage of pregnancy kind of openly pissing myself anyway. So it's like I do need to get to the toilet during the interval. Like they're like, get back in your seats. There's like 2 toilet cubicles for like the 100 women that are in this top tier.
Those events, I am very happy to be a man. Although what I will say is, I don't know if I want to say this, those events are great to be a man because like you see the queues. It happens in like the 3 Arena as well, which has far more like cubicles, but like far more people too as well. But it's like you'll see a massive queue for the women, and then you just pop in for the men's, and you piss and you
Yeah.
get out. That's like right. That's actually a pretty good privilege. But when I went into the into the toilets in the Gaiety, all of the sinks were clogged. So the sinks were just full of paper and water.
Slay.
And then there was clearly a drainage issue because the urinals weren't draining either.
Oh my God,
So there was just
great.
like 4 massive buckets of piss.
See-
and it was the most, like the combination of everybody, it was just this neon orange piss. And I was just like, I had no choice. I had to go piss into
On
the piss.
So people who see
So it
theatre...
wasn't, it felt like I was in the dingiest bar in the dingiest town. This did not feel like I was in a theatre.
But no, patrons of the arts are not hydrated in Dublin, is what you're saying. They need to drink some water.
Also,
You pissed on piss.
Well, I felt I was in like just a real shitty, scummy
In
place.
some dive bar. I actually did go in to the bathroom because it was like, right, well, I have to go. And I feel like you always, like, as a woman, like, talk a big talk like this. Like, you're like, I'm just going to go to the lads' bathroom. But then you get in and the smell of piss hits you so hard. And you kind of see from a distance the urinal and all the men standing up against it. And you know you'll have to pass that to get to the cubicle. And what's in the cubicle is going to be so much worse than what you've seen from a distance in the urinal. And then you get too scared. I didn't go to the men's bathroom.
There's a great game in public toilets where it's called Piss on the Seat.
Love it.
And then you get bonus points if you piss on the wall and your shoes.
That reminds me of a time when I was so hungover working in AA Roadwatch, shout out, reading the traffic, and it was like a Sunday and I was on my own and I was rushing to get sick in the bathroom. And I was...
Was this like after like a Christmas party or something?
No, it was like a random night. And
Shed.
just a fucking legend. And I was obviously at the toilet, like I was there. But I just couldn't hold it in time to literally turn my head like slightly to the right. And I got sick all over the tampon bin. And it like seeped
on
in.
top of the bin?
Around it, on it.
Like on the cover of it?
Yeah, see, you don't know. Do you know like the
No,
tampon bins? Yeah.
I'm
So woke.
But we've got things called unisex toilets.
Amen. It's the 90s. But this is the story.
There is a clip that I might insert here of me and my friends when we were like teenagers invaded our school. Basically, we were like, oh, we're jackass. We broke into the school.
Oh God, the whole jackass had on fucking.
But what
men
actually
in
happened
2001.
is that we just actually were taking part in the school musical after hours, and we just roamed around parts of the school where there wasn't anybody. We were like, oh, we've broken in.
What do you mean you were taking part in the musical after?
We were in the musical.
Oh, you were in the
We
musical.
were doing rehearsals, and we were like, let's just go upstairs and pretend we broke into the school on camera. And there's a clip that my mate Luke Barry would mock me for years. Is that I went into the girls' bathroom and I was like, hey, they've bins in there. What is that for? And he's like, you're a fucking idiot. And I'm like, I don't know what a tampon is.
Women like to look in the mirror, so that's where we put them.
They have bins.
That's how fucking vidurous. They have bins. Wonder what we put in there.
Yeah, because you would have got sent out to like play football when the girls were getting the period talk. Do you know in 6th class when it's like, right, girls learn about their periods, lads go out and play football. I went to an all-girls school, so it's just something I've heard about. Apparently that's a thing in mixed
I never
schools.
played football, so where was I?
I don't know.
Maybe
They just thought, he's not sporty, he's not a woman. Put him...
I was going to say let's introduce each other. I think you've just done it.
I
I'm not sporty or a woman. When I think of 6th class, what came to my mind there is, and I don't know if you remember this, and this was actually great. I don't know if it was like teacher strikes or something. And we got like 20 or 30 days off, random days off throughout the year.
Yeah, they love a strike. And
No, but
we
like, it
support all
was so big
strikers,
that
of
year. It
course.
was just like,
Yeah.
oh, you just school's closed today.
Yeah, I
like,
remember
alright.
a phase of them
You'd have been
being
in-
flat out.
You'd have been a couple of years.
Because I'm a lot younger than you,
Yeah,
obviously.
pedo, as we said.
Yes, let's clip that, please, and get that trending. No, but
Let's go back to the Gaiety.
my Gaiety story, you know this. I was obviously heavily pregnant, wanted a little snack for the interval. The queue for like the bar where you get treats is massive, but there's the lads who have like the fold out trays in front of them.
I don't want to, like, I'd hate to job shame anybody. Like, there's no job that's I wouldn't be like, oh, do you know, like there's cliche jobs that people use.
Yeah, like you don't want to be a bin man, whatever.
Well, I wasn't going to name them, but yeah.
Okay, sorry.
You've done that.
Bleep it.
But like stuff like that, and it's like, right.
I don't agree with it, but I'm just saying.
But when I look, I would defend those jobs, be like, hey, come on, those jobs are really.
Hey, shut up.
I stand up for the working man.
Hey, back up. I support those bin men. No, but we all do. Bin people.
But the one job that I don't think I would ever defend is people who have to carry a little snack trolley. Like it's
like a fold out.
It's around their neck and they have to hold it.
Yeah, it's like, is it closed?
The people who walk up and down the aisles. I was at Wolf Alice in the 3 Arena, a rock concert.
Rock on.
And we're like, yeah, music. And then there's a guy just walking up and down. We're like, does anybody want a bucket of popcorn? And it's like, fuck, get out.
Stop. People do. I fucking will take the bucket of... Are you not happy to see them?
The only people who are worse are the people who buy it.
Well, I always buy it, probably.
I do remember.
Actually, true or false, I think the only time I've given one of these guys my patronage is this time in the Gaiety. And I ended up actually not buying it. But... Okay, so we were approaching the man with the little briefcase in front of him that he opens up and then begins his business of selling ice cream and popcorn. And I was like, deadly, I'll get a maxi twist, because I'm actually not a big ice cream person, but a maxi twist...
You say that, but then every time I buy ice cream, you hoof it into it.
I know, true. I think it's just...
Yeah, I think you just told yourself you're not an ice cream person, but you are.
Maybe.
Yeah, you bought me an ice cream yesterday as a surprise and one for yourself.
That's a nice lolly, though.
It wasn't a lolly.
Well, it was a brunch, but it's like, I feel like I wouldn't eat a tub of ice cream. But as
you did during the week.
I
You finished it without me.
I think more I'm like, it has to be nice. Groundbreaking. Like, I probably wouldn't.
Oh, so you've confused not being an ice cream person to
liking nice ice cream.
I don't like shit ice cream.
Yeah, I think we've cracked the code, and I didn't even need
just main character syndrome.
Okay, maybe. Because I like nice
Sorry,
ice
tell
cream.
your story.
So I was going to get a maxi twist, and this man...
You're in front of the queue.
Yeah, I was front of the queue, delighted with life, ready to get my maxi twist.
You're being polite as well.
Yeah.
You're like, you're not gonna grab your man. You're like, okay, he's serving somebody else. The guy in front is buying 2 little tubs of the Ben and Jerry's, the little...
Shit ones. No one wants them.
No. See, like, a big tub's perfect. Even though it's the same contents, nah.
No one wants
these little cock
vanilla.
ice cream tubs, like,
literally. And no one, like, you think it's not that different to a maxi twist because it's a little bowl of...
It's the same as, I love a big Twix, but the little Twixes that come with the Christmas boxes, shove them up your arse.
Yeah, yeah.
But you're being polite and be like, okay, you know, when your man's counted his change and when he's given that, I'll be ready.
I'm standing there, and you would be the first person to say I was being a rude bitch, so I appreciate you saying that I was polite in this scenario.
You need to
standing
be humbled.
there. Well, I am by you every day of my life. Standing there again to say, not to keep hammering it home, very visibly pregnant. This man cuts in front of me. We're meant to be in a civilized place watching theatre. Cuts in front of me, says, I'll take all the maxi twists you have. I was like, is this, on every level, is this happening to me right now? And what the fuck? Like... Not only did he skip me, not only am I standing here pregnant, I'm going to obviously piss myself in Act 2. The one thing that I've been craving, he says, I'll take every single one.
Yeah, it wasn't
you've
even
got.
like he skipped in front of you and you're like, come on. And he took the last one. He was like, I'll take the lot.
I'll take them all. He said,
I'll take the lot.
I'll take the lot. He Harry Pottered. He Daniel Radcliffe'd the maxi twists. Anyway.
You're just sitting there like Ron fucking Weasley.
No, then I got the fruit pastilles and ate them really loudly.
Oh my God. Like, do you know, like, if I'm in the cinema and I've got something a bit loud, or at a stand-up show and down the back and you wait for a laugh and then you like open your can or you put
course.
Whatever. You were like, right, there's a moment of silence here.
I did the thing where, which I would make fun of someone else so much. You think the slower you go in, the quieter it is, but actually the louder. And
it makes the same amount of noise.
It's hell.
Speed doesn't increase the volume. But
I regret nothing. But that packet of fruit pastilles, which were obviously fucking €8, shout out to the Gaiety, I found them in the handbag that I had that night, just the other day, in our under the stairs, and I ate them. Now, this They're
Sorry,
from,
no one's ever referred to Under the Stairs as in our
Sorry.
Under the Stairs.
But just to say, they're from like
You can just say I found them under the stairs.
they're from like 2 months ago.
No
And
one's
they're
questioned whose stairs did you
Are
find them under.
the stairs. We own it and we worked hard for it. But
What's funny is, so like we're going to introduce each other in a second to give a view if you don't know who we are and somehow you've stumbled upon this. But you are a radio presenter and you're off the radio for maternity.
Yeah.
And I remember when that happened, you're just like, you were almost like mad that you were pregnant because you're like, if I wasn't pregnant, I could go and bitch about this on the radio tomorrow.
I know, and that's
So
when
you finally have your outlet.
that's so true. I just need to start a podcast. That's when you were saying make a list of all the things.
And
that
she goes,
happen.
I will. And have you?
No, because nothing else has happened.
Nothing has happened.
Nothing other than the man
You had a
taking
baby.
the maxi twist
It was a pretty
has happened to
crazy
me.
event in its own.
I know. I wonder. I was actually thinking that. I was like, God, I wonder will we ever tell the story. It's not really the tone that we're trying to set out here.
We have a happy, healthy baby.
We do.
That's all we need to
Thank God. Oh my God, he's amazing. And he is cuter than anyone else.
He's just controlling the camera there, actually. He's
Hey.
flying.
You're doing great, son. God bless you.
Oh, well, actually, if we're going to speak about the baby, I've never registered a human being before, right?
Kind of weird that you haven't done that.
But, like, it's new to me. You know, I've only just recently learned to drive. I've only recently just started eating asparagus. I'm late to life to do a few things.
Yes.
So I've just finally...
Share how many
registered.
bowls of soup you've had first in your life.
I can find out.
Just quickly. I know that's not what we're talking
Shout
about.
out to our mates Kelly and Aidan. I keep them updated with my soup.
Kelly Hunnings, Dr. Kelly Hunnings, and Aidan Green.
I had bowl 21 on the 22nd of September.
Okay, that's actually
It
doing
was a
well.
potato and leek with bacon, homemade by Fiona Frawley.
Did you like it? I don't think you liked that one that much.
I
I tried to put the crispy bits of bacon on top to entice you.
you did.
But ultimately, I don't think
photos
you
are
enjoyed
included.
I had to give you 2 types of bread.
Well, I like a smooth. I like a smooth one, and you were like, "This has bits coming out its arse."
It had bacon bits, but otherwise it was
Nah,
smooth.
I was like pulling little bits of stuff.
Oh, fuck's sake. Anyway, go on.
But I haven't had a bowl of soup since September 22nd.
Okay.
So that's
well,
quite some time.
We can organise that.
Does that mean I didn't have soup at our wedding? Was soup on the menu?
There probably
I
was a
didn't eat
starter of
much.
soup, but you wouldn't have ordered it.
My mum just kept bringing me shots of tequila.
Perfect. That explains
'Cause
why
I
you
was
were
so
an
nervous.
absolute psycho and refused to greet any of our family members.
Yeah,
with
I
me.
didn't talk to anybody at our wedding. If you were at our wedding, I'm very sorry. It's my one regret from the wedding. That and the bride.
Hey! It's a pretty big regret not speaking to anyone. Anyway, sorry, go on. About registering.
Oh yeah, I've never registered a human, so I did it and didn't think anything of it. And is it doxing? Is there any issue with saying his name?
No, I don't think so.
Right, so we named our child Bobby, and then we get a letter in the post saying, and my surname is Doogan. Fiona made the decision that our child's surname would be Doogan, even though you didn't take the name.
I'm a traditional
I'm a
girl.
feminist, and I disagreed, but let you make that decision that matches my name. And got a little letter in the post. It's like, to the parents of Bobby Doogan. And it turns out that I gave my son 2 first names, and they're both the same name. So
You did. His middle name is Charlie.
yeah.
And so you obviously filled in the form and you filled in the first name section, Bobby. And then you obviously...
Nailed it.
Amazing.
Nailed it.
Perfect. And then you obviously went to the middle name bit and again put Bobby and then Charlie. So he's now Bobby Charlie Doogan. He's now boiling bacon cabbage Doogan.
Did you just come up with it?
Boiling bacon and cabbage?
Yeah.
Well, it's a dinner. That's what I would think of when I think BBC.
Okay, what? Really? That's what comes to mind? Yeah. What about the British Broadcasting
Not relevant.
Corporation?
Not relevant
Corporation
to
or
me.
channel?
I don't know. I've never heard
I'd
of
say
it.
it's corporation.
Never
It's
heard of
a
it.
channel.
No, boiling bacon and cabbage because my nanny used to always make it, and we'd arrive down to West Cork, and we'd have like driven 6 hours, and I'd be like, I fucking hate boiling bacon and cabbage, and I know she's gonna
Boiling
hate it.
bacon and cabbage.
It's like the bacon has been boiled in. It's like when you just boil a ham, basically in the saucepan.
So it's called boiling.
Boiling bacon and cabbage. I'm probably
No, are we saying boiling?
I honestly, I've always just said it really quickly and no one's ever
Oh,
asked.
that's what I do with comedians when I don't know how to pronounce their second name.
It's Fiona. I've done that
That's what I do when I
many
introduce
times.
Kevin, and I know his name now, so I don't mind saying this.
Gilday.
It's Gildee.
Oh.
Because I was like, Gildee, is it Gildee? Is it Gildee? Is it Gildee? And I did get to a point in when I found it was funny when, like, if I was saying, like, in, like, the inter with him, like, doing, like, 6 shows over 3 days, I would, and sometimes a couple of shows in one night, I'd make, just for my own amusement, I would introduce him as one and off him as the other.
That's good, because then you're
He's like, well, he
you're
did get it
neither
correct.
wrong nor right. Like,
But recently, and I made sure to make a note of it, he has his bookshop, shout out Kevin, and he was like, I'll come down to Kevin Gildee's bookshop. And I was like, well, if I'm going to presume he knows which one it is.
You'd hope, but
Imagine
he's
he got
a
it wrong.
quirky guy. That's like MCing comedy is all fun and games until you have to remember everyone's name. Like I've done it wrong so many times, but luckily I usually just shout down to you. Who is it?
Well, I always leave you the page at the top, and I don't think you ever reference it.
No, I never. It's too hard when you're up there and you're in the heat of the moment, delivering by all accounts fucking gold, to then turn and look at the sheet. It's just hard. But yeah, Kevin Gilday, I've been there
You
a
just
couple
said
of
it wrong.
times. I do a bit of a Kevin Gill slay. You know, like it's like, please
like,
welcome you're like, get that applause going. Come on, get it going till you're talking over me. It's so bad. But we were talking about boiling bacon and cabbage.
Well, that brings us. No, you doing comedy? You off?
Oh, she just needs to stretch.
Is this our first walkout?
Sorry, for
this is
those
Danish
not joining us in video form, we're
on YouTube.
Joined by
Although I think the video is on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well.
Yeah,
so
but if you are on Spotify listening to a podcast, you don't sit watching it. Like,
when my podcasts now have started downloading, I listen to music on Spotify. I listen to podcasts on Apple Podcasts.
Okay.
I think that's I don't listen to podcasts on Spotify. I just don't.
Right.
And when I download a podcast, it's like 130 megabytes. Now it's like 2.8 gigabytes. It's downloading the video. I'm like, I'm never going to watch the podcast on my phone. If I'm watching the podcast video, I'll watch it on the telly or on my computer.
I've never watched a podcast. And I know it's a big deal to do video these days because for clips for Instagram, which I would watch, I think it's a load of fucking shite.
Have you put makeup on?
No, but I did put a bit of tan on.
I could tell you with the hair and stuff that you didn't realize it was a video.
I've only recently fucking before Christmas I was on this podcast, it was like an AIB podcast where you talked about getting
fancy.
a house. Yeah. Where you talked about getting a mortgage, and I think I was actually a bit of a flop because it was like get creative people on who've gotten a mortgage and show them, talk about how they did it.
Yeah.
But you and me have always had, as well as creative pursuits like 9 to 5 PAYE jobs. So that is how we got our mortgage. Like we didn't get it based on creative endeavors alone.
Sure.
So I think that was a real flop in the podcast. But basically, I arrived to this podcast. I'd had a rough day in work. I rushed from work to the podcast. Obviously, I do breakfast radio, so I wake up very early. I always look like shit, even by breakfast radio standards. Like some people go in like
they've
looking
decided that
kind of
already.
decent. Yeah, and I then arrived to this podcast, and I was like, "Sorry, I look like absolute shit." And the host goes, "You do know it's being recorded." Like he actually said that, so he was like,
yeah, but like
"I'm agreeing with you that you look like shit."
You should assume. In this day and age.
I know, but I just didn't have space for that. We'd had an event at work the night before, you see. I had a lot going on. I was heavily pregnant, so then I was sick. Anyway.
You were sick at that time,
I was
remember?
sick. But
Look, you've dropped a few spoilers there on who you are. So I thought, as this is the first episode, rather than roll off our LinkedIn profile or whatever, or our Match.com profile.
Right.
I thought we could introduce each other.
Okay. Do you want to go first?
I haven't thought about what I'm going to say.
I'll say what I always say for you and you get pissed off. Duane is so kind, so thoughtful, and he is amazing at Googling. And when I say amazing at Googling, he won't stop until he solved your problem. If you casually in passing say, "Oh, I'd love to get this item, or I don't know how to solve this issue on my phone. Now, to be fair, I'm shit. I'll be like, oh, can't fix it. That's done. I won't like
This
try
is the
to
worst
investigate in
description,
any
though.
way.
This
But
no, 'cause,
you,
like, this isn't relevant to anybody who isn't going to be in my presence to let me Google.
but you will help anyone.
This wouldn't be my top line.
You'd help anyone though. Good at Googling. Like,
Except the French.
what does a what does a web developer do other than help people Google?
Well, give me a more overview synopsis of myself.
So
let's not go
good.
too deep because I'm not that kind.
So good at Googling, is a problem solver and will help solve your problems, and is also an incredible comedian, graphic designer, and lover.
I missed the adjective there.
Graphic designer.
No, the adjective. Brilliant or excellent or something?
I
Excellent lover?
actually forget, baby brain. You do me now, in the context of introducing.
I've just been called an excellent lover, so I'm stunned.
I have so much dog hair.
Is
all
that the
over me
baby
also.
brain?
Yeah, I think so.
What would you rate me as a lover on from 1 to 10?
I think let's save that for the Patreon. Am I right?
Okay, all right. Thought we'd just get a little blue, but no, we're not that kind of people. To describe you, so I'd say Fiona Frawley.
Mm-hmm.
You are a stand-up comedian, woman,
Comedian.
comedian.
Bring it back. Get it trending again.
You're a former acting student. I think that's important for your vibe.
Thanks for not saying actor. You never made it past.
Well, I was going to say acting student or failed actor. Which one?
Either. Both don't feel great.
Yeah,
to be
but
honest.
you've gone on to so many better things.
Allegedly.
Comedian, very successful comedian.
Thank you.
Breakfast radio host on
Thank you.
Dublin Spin 103.8.
Yes.
Or as one of my brother's friends says, Spin 1038.
That was incredible. Like, we get called like Spin 103 a lot. Spin FM. Spin 1038. Takes a level of like...
Does anybody call you Spin 104? Like,
Oh shit!
they round up?
I'm sure they have. No,
'Cause if
because
you-
obviously our rivals are FM 104,
But, like-
so it'd be pretty crazy.
So, what? There's only just one decimal between you and FM 104?
Yeah, I think they might be 104.4.
But, like, if you round up, you'd go 104.
Yeah, you would, but you'd be making a mistake. Keep Spin loud.
No strawberry alarm clocks in this house.
Am I right?
So, yeah, breakfast radio host.
Yeah.
Fiona, Emma, and Dave.
Yeah.
Fully charged.
Yeah, let's put my name first. Yeah.
You're a mother, recent
Yeah,
mother.
Yeah,
You are.
I'm a mamacita. I'm a boy mom.
You're very creative.
Thank you. I don't feel it at the moment, as I'm saying.
Well, no, just little things that you do. I have an office upstairs, and the backdrop to my office is all cards that you've drawn me every year, and I like that. Now
Sure.
you didn't give me one for my birthday this year, but we'll move on past that.
Yeah, I was given birth in 2 days later.
Right. What else would I say about you? You're a good lover when you want to be.
Thank you.
When you want to be.
Quarterly.
Yeah. You know how to phone it in.
Quarterly. Yeah, okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm the girl.
Oh, that's evident.
All right.
I don't know what that means.
All right.
So, no penis on you. I've checked.
I've checked both entrances.
Yeah.
No, sorry. But thank you so much for all of that.
And no penis on you. I'm the man, and that's you've kind of decided that some of my
Well,
more
that's a kind of not a
traditional-
great way of looking at
No,
it. And
but-
we have already mentioned Harry Potter, so now
But
we're getting into kind
in
of
reference
turkey
to the
territory.
podcast. You've picked up on some of my more traditional male interests,
Yeah.
and you find them quite boring, or
Yeah, well, that's the whole premise for the podcast. Especially now that I'm mother to a boy, and I'm obviously mother to you as well in many ways. Like, as he gets older and as I continue to be associated with you, I don't want the conversation to always be like Liverpool accumulators, fucking chicken wing glaze. I'd like to.
that is a deep cut, and I'm like, do you know what? That is good shit.
I don't want to go to New York and be like, we need to get all the sauces that have been featured on hot wings.
And
which
3
is-
years later, we've never used them.
Yeah, well,
Because you won't let me invite people to the
they're
house.
not my product. I know, but we will soon. We're getting the house done. Thank God. But anyway.
They are out of date, but
It's a load of spice, be grand.
it's my friend Mark and who I want to do it with, and Yeah, he'll have no problem at all eating something out of
He
date.
could do with a bit of food poisoning. Okay, so basically that's the premise of the podcast. We're going to talk about stuff that would be typically interesting to me and
Yeah.
typically interesting to other women. Now, I will say you're quite a woke king, so a lot of
No, but
this
like,
stuff you come to by yourself.
I don't think that it's necessarily things that are interesting to women. I think interesting to you.
Yeah,
It's just I live in a very very small bubble.
you do.
I know a lot about the few things I like, and I know very little else. When there's references and stuff going on,
In the culture, in the current
I'm
day.
out of pop culture.
Yeah.
I've missed a lot of pop culture. So each week, you're going to say Desperate Housewives, as we're going to discuss in a moment. You task me with sitting down and watching Desperate Housewives. Maybe you'll just maybe it won't be something that I consume prior to the podcast. It might be something that live on air.
It might be
that you-
something that I sit and school you about, and you
Yeah.
better fucking listen.
You know,
right?
so I want to become a more aware all rounder.
A more
Because
respectful student,
You see all these podcasts of comedians sitting down chatting, and
which we would never do. It's fucked up.
the amount of references I see them drop, or that if someone drops a reference, the other person will get it, and I'm just like, don't have a fucking clue what they're
That's
talking about.
sad for you.
And that's why we've never started the podcast, because I'm like, I've nothing to talk about. Then, well, look, now
Yeah,
you're-
we kind of speak two different
So if this goes
languages.
well, over the next, let's say we do 100 episodes of this, if you give me 100 new things, or if some weeks you're going to give me more than one, I could have at least 100 things 2 years from now that I now know about and I'm educated about and can talk about in conversation. If that goes well, we should start a podcast.
Or we should have a real conversation in real life, which we haven't done yet. 10 years in.
Too
Not
busy
at
making
that
love.
stage. Hey!
It's been a while though.
All right.
Look, let's get to it.
Okay. Okay, so what we're going to talk about today, you actually came to this on your own. Well, as in, it's not like I had to say, sit the fuck down and watch Desperate Housewives. You kind of were interested in it. You wanted to watch it anyway yourself.
Yeah, it's funny, like I obviously knew about Desperate Housewives, but it completely passed me by. Like
Yeah.
I knew nothing about it. If before I'd watched an episode recently, if you asked me what I knew about Desperate Housewives, I would have said, I know Terry Hatcher is in it.
Fair.
As in, I knew who she was
Yeah.
prior. I knew Eva Longoria as a result,
So you did.
but I
You
knew her
dirty shagger.
as a result of the popularity of the show.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's what brought her out.
Yeah, she was. The rest of them were kind of still already established.
But I wouldn't have known the
But
other ones.
it was her real breakout role.
I remember my friend Darren must have seen. I don't think I'd ever seen an episode.
Yeah. It was on RTE.
See, we'd one
On, I
TV.
think, maybe a Tuesday.
We'd one TV in the house, and I didn't get to fucking watch it.
Yeah, I'm surprised your mom didn't watch it. Like,
So I think my mum would have, but I just
okay.
wouldn't. I wouldn't
so you
have.
wouldn't have sat in there with her.
No. Well, no. Say we'd one
That's
TV.
all ahead of me.
We'd
see,
one
as a boy
TV with
mom.
channels. I had a TV upstairs with a PlayStation, so I
Right.
would just gone and play that.
Yeah.
But I didn't have TV on that one, and so
Sorry, that wasn't a fart, by the way, if the mic picked that up.
No.
That was me squeezing out my lip balm.
yeah, you're squeezing out one for sure.
All right.
And I remember my friend Darren fancied Brie, and as
Oh.
teenagers,
The dirty little freak. I love that for him. I
That-
see that.
but like that, all I knew about it was Darren was a weirdo for fancying Brie.
Yeah. Brie is my favourite. And
Well, so no, let's rewind a little bit. You did you watch it at the time?
yeah, I watched it at the time, but I've rewatched it. I rewatched it in COVID, and I probably rewatched it another time. But I've never watched it till the end.
Yeah.
So when we get to the final season, we will be on that together. I know I know what happens. I know some stuff that happens. I'm not saying anything.
We just watched 5 seasons.
We've just
completed season 5.
finished season 5. So if you've watched Desperate Housewives, you listening, hello. We just finished.
We'll come back and discuss the other seasons, I think.
Yeah. We just finished the season where it's jumped ahead 5 years.
Yeah.
Right?
Big, like, doing that for a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, a 3 episode to see into the future, maybe, but like, being like, oh no, the entire show is just shifted.
I thought you'd be pissed off at that.
I
because-
kind of am a little bit.
Yeah, it's
No,
a-
I like it. I like the show, but as a concept, I'm like, what? Also, justice to the original Scavo kids. Imagine they just turn up to work and goes, lads, you're fired.
Well, like, they put in enough of a shift. Like, they were children, to be fair. I think they had worked enough. And we need to talk about the child star industry in America on another episode because it's pretty fucked up.
But yeah, go back.
Right.
Where did you watch this? You say Network?
Yeah, I would have watched
Network
that.
2.
On RTE2. Other channels are available for you to.
Would it have been Network
use.
2 at the time?
I think so. Yeah, it was. Or I don't know. Someone can.
What
tell
was
me
that
if
about?
not.
Why did they change from RT to Network 2?
It wouldn't have been Network 2. It would have been RTE2 when I was watching this,
Really?
like 2004 or whatever. So I was 13.
Hold on.
I remember sometimes I used to be watching it down Iree's with already mentioned her second mention of the podcast, my nanny Sheila. We'd be watching it and her brother would call over who was a priest and she'd never turn it off no matter how filthy it was, no matter which of the housewives
Oh my
were
God.
having sex with an underage boy.
That's one thing I did want to discuss. Sorry, I kind of was doing my own thing, which is probably rude. It was RT2
Yeah.
until 1988. And then
Yeah, so where are you going with your Network 2?
they changed it to Network 2 in 88. Do you not remember Network 2?
Maybe.
It was
from,
Network
like,
2.
A long
And then it was
time.
Network 2 till 1997.
Okay.
And, wait. And then from 97 to 2004, and I don't remember this at all, it was N2. I think we'd still just call it Network 2. And then it turned back to RTE2 in 2004.
You're actually just cringing me a bit calling it Network 2.
It was called Network 2.
Yeah, but like not since, as
Do you
you
not remember-
said, 1997.
No,
So
until
move
2004.
on.
Until 2004.
No, you just
It
said
became-
1997.
It was Network 2 and then it changed to N2, but I bet you no one remembers N2.
No one remembers Network 2.
It wasn't called RT2.
We're very young
Wait,
here.
it wasn't called RT2 until 2004. And I remember it being like,
Okay, well,
this is changing. Look, where's
that's
the...
over 20 years ago. So
Yeah, but look at the
fuck's
logo.
sake.
I remember the logo in my head. Is it still there? Oh, I guess that was N2.
Oh, yeah. That rings a bell.
So that was N2, so that makes sense. Where's the old classic Network 2 logo?
Honestly, respectfully, who cares about this?
I do. I'm a graphic designer.
I know, but
and
anyway,
an
okay.
incel, clearly.
Okay, so we'll talk about Desperate Housewives. So yes, I watched it at the time. I've never watched it till
With
the
your
end. With my nanny,
Sheila.
R.I.P. Nanny Sheila. So, well, I watched a couple of episodes with her when I'd be in
Was it
court.
suitable for you? You'd have been
Um,
14, 15 when this came out.
Yeah, but you're not really like your parents aren't really controlling what you watch by then. Even though I was the oldest, so I did get things the worst in that sense. But I was doing a lot worse than watching Desperate Housewives at that age. What?
Do you know what? So my perception of it over all the years that I never watched it was Sex and the City was big.
Yeah.
And I was far more aware of Sex and the City.
Of course,
I
you
had
can't have to be.
I still haven't watched Sex and the City. I wouldn't say I've ever watched Sex and the City.
Yeah,
But
we'll do that next.
But I probably have seen, I don't know.
You've seen bits here and there. You know who the women are.
I could,
like,
yeah, that's the different. I could name you the
four
the women,
women.
the four
Yeah,
women.
yeah.
We got. Okay, can I actually do it now?
Yeah.
I can picture them all if that's any help.
Yeah.
Charlotte.
Yeah. Which one? There's not time. Just now.
Charlotte's the black-haired one.
Yeah.
Samantha.
Yeah.
Big Liverpool fan. Carrie Bradshaw.
Yes.
Knows good sex.
Yeah, she does.
And then we've got, I want to say Lynette Scavo.
She is Lynette's coded actually.
The lesbian.
Yeah, but you have to remember her name, otherwise you're a homophobe. It does begin with M. It's like Samantha, but it is the M version of that name.
Mumba.
No. But of course, I get that. 3-syllable name, like Samantha, but it starts with an M.
Marianne.
Which is such a good description by me. No, it ends in A as well.
Mamba. I don't know.
Miranda!
Miranda.
I can't believe how well I described the name Miranda.
No, you described it well for someone who you knew the answer. So I knew Sex and the City. I've seen a couple of episodes of Sex and the City. I've seen the Sex and the City movie 3 times in the cinema. I was dragged along there by a woman.
The first one? The first Sex in the City?
The wedding.
Yeah.
And then
Amazing.
I went
Great.
back another 2
Worth
times.
watching.
I was on a J1 and they had at the cinema, I had no money all summer, and they had $2 Tuesdays
Oh, yeah.
at the Cleveland Circle Cinema. And I'd just go in and the only screenings were Sex and the City, so just to do something.
I remember that on J1. I think the cinema would usually be really expensive, but there'd be like a cheap day sometime.
Yeah.
And we saw Prometheus. But anyway,
So yeah, so sorry, it was that.
you knew Sex in the City.
And then, so like as an outsider, Sex and the City seemed like the young, sexy women,
Right.
and Desperate Housewives seemed like the old cardigan housewives. And that's how I compared the two shows.
I get you, yeah.
And now it's entirely the other way around.
You think Sex and the City women have cardigans?
Yeah.
And Desperate Housewives they are very sexy. Some of them do have cardigans.
They have their kit off every episode as well.
Yeah, thank God.
They're always like, hello.
We love to see it.
Yeah.
Fucking Susan has some selection of lingerie. She really does. Even whilst heavily pregnant, she's getting out the corset and wearing heels for that matter as well. Which
And
I
always
respect.
crossing the street in them.
She loves going out.
She'd be like, will I chuck on a pair of jeans or even a pair of tracky bottoms? Nah, let's just get the short, what would you call it, veily.
negligee. Lingerie.
No, but like a coat and be like, oh, no one will
the
notice.
trench. The trench coat that's buttoned down past the belly button. Yeah, let's not throw on a hoodie when I'm going to collect my 14-year-old daughter from the teenage party. Let's keep the tits out.
They were just falling out.
The tits stay out while I'm collecting
I
my daughter.
didn't notice, but I read that they were falling out.
You weren't looking at that. Okay, so thoughts on the season that we've just watched. It was the season 5 where they jumped ahead 5 years. Mike and Susan are divorced, and this creepy man comes onto Wisteria Lane with the white blonde hair, and we don't know what he's there to do. And then we find out he's there to avenge the death of his wife.
The hardest part of binge watching a show like this is you get to the final, and you've probably watched especially now when we're just home with the baby, we're watching 5 episodes in a day.
Thank God he isn't watching Miss Rachel or whatever yet, and we're able soon we're not going to be able
What's
to
Miss
watch.
Rachel?
It's a show for kids, and she's actually really pro-Palestine, so slay. She's like a children's presenter.
I don't get what you mean.
Miss Rachel, I mean, I've never watched
What do you mean,
her
thankfully he's not watching it?
because we then won't be able to watch our telly.
We'll leave him down here and we'll go watch it upstairs on the iPad.
Yeah, true.
We'll have to buy an iPad. I don't have one.
We're going to be parents now, so we need to have an iPad.
I think my mother stole my iPad.
An
I had
iPad
one.
that we don't know how to work, that we have to get him to help us set up.
But all of the tension and excitement and build for a season finale, you get 5 episodes of that, and it's fucking exciting. You can't wait. Next episode, and then you have, which is typical with all shows, the reset of a new season.
Yeah,
and it's right now it's the slow build, reset, introduce new characters, and it's it's tough to get through those. Now, if you're watching them every week, you'd be like, oh fuck, I gotta wait fucking 2 months before it's getting exciting again. Whereas add to the reset the fact that they're going, by the way, we're 5 years into the future.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what? And yeah, they just broke up. We just got Mike and Susan together, the Ross and Rachel of this show. Although I think they're doing a worse job of it because I think I hate Mike now. Mike was cool at the start.
Yeah, the thing is,
when I'm looking at the lads, I'm like, do you know what? They're all a bunch of doofuses, but Mike, he's a cool lad. His t-shirts, his jeans, his thin papers.
the thin papers.
I was like, and he's just like, oh yeah, oh wow, and you're like, that's a cool lad.
That's
and
why
now,
he's not my favorite.
But he's just so stupid now. I know he had brain damage and he was in a coma.
Give him a fucking chance.
But he is I feel like it feels like a different actor is now playing him.
Well, that's what you were saying in his coma series. It's such a fucking mental show. You were saying he played someone waking up out of a coma very well. So maybe he is just relearning the world. But
can we just say, before we get into the most recent season, can we just talk in whole about... So, I hadn't watched it. It's an amazing TV show.
I'm so glad. I love how much you love it.
It's gone into my top 10 of all time. And, I'm going to rewatch this. I know for a fact. It is so funny. And it's slapstick.
It is.
It's
so good.
And I can't picture... Now, this is a statement that I already regret saying.
I'm scared.
I can't picture... mothers and housewives in Ireland in the noughties sitting down and liking slapstick being in their TV show.
Well, it would have gone a lot over their heads. But the slapstick was something for the discerning viewer. But that's young lad.
Is it for who is the technical director? Because as we say, it just has all of the women in lingerie all the time, and then slapstick comedy. I'm like, this is for teenage boys.
Well, I guess it is,
and 30-year-old boys.
And yeah, men. But I suppose
I was gonna say a 38-year-old boy, and then I thought I'm just gonna say 30-year-old boy. Did you still think I was talking about me?
I was thinking you were being very generous to yourself, calling yourself 30, but whatever.
Both in
Whatever
our
truth
30s.
you want to say. We are in our 30s. I'm in my early 30s, where I will remain for the foreseeable future. But I think, yeah, I suppose the slapstick elements.
I don't want to bring the tone down, but as of this week,
Don't say any shit to me.
as of the week of this recording, you are officially more
Shut.
more in your late 30. You're 35 and a half
Yeah,
this
but
week.
fuck off. Like, shut up. Do you want to have a fight on the podcast?
You're in your late 30s and you're a mother.
Desperate Housewives. I suppose.
Would
Yeah.
you have watched it every week, every year?
No. But I wouldn't have, because like I would have been out like with the lads and all. But
Would you have gone back and watched it kind of more consistently then?
Yeah,
at some point?
I have gone back and like watched, binged it and whatever. But as I say, not till the end. But I suppose, yeah, the slapstick element gave it a bit of depth. But like people probably wouldn't have hugely cared about that, or they wouldn't have consciously been like, I am consuming slapstick. Like I think it was pitched as a soap with a bit more upmarket.
That's
Do you know
it.
what I mean?
It felt like, I guess another say, yeah, it felt like a tutti frutti, not tutti frutti. What's the word I'm looking for?
Slay.
No.
It's a tutti frutti soap.
Like
and why wasn't
up
that the
itself?
same
What's
tune?
like? What would you say? Like a Heidi tidy,
Hoity-toity?
hoity-toity.
Okay,
That's,
tutti frutti.
I got a hoity-toity perception from the
Cerebral?
outside. No, what?
That's hoity-toity, but in
No,
like...
hoity-toity is like,
I know what you mean.
put your cerebral is like you'd cut off your mother's hand if she looked at you. Like
What?
that's
No,
what
it's
cerebral
not.
means. Like like an animal is cerebral because
No. Cerebral means like I take myself quite serious.
I think cerebral means that you're kind of like heartless and soulless.
I think that's psychotic.
No, it's cerebral. Yeah.
Okay, right, we'll check that.
Um,
We don't have a producer to fact check, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Dwayne does that.
the baby's shit at googling. He
Um,
gets that from his mother.
But so what are we going to say about Desperate Housewives? Because we're running out of time. Did you like this season? You were a bit disappointed by the finale, weren't you?
Yeah, well, like, it was all building up to the David Dash /
Yeah,
Williams.
/ Williams.
Like, all season he's going to avenge the death of his wife and get it to avenge it. And then, like, it just kind of all ended kind of quickly and kind of fine.
Everyone was grand, yeah.
Now, we don't know if he's dead, but it's also got the kind of thing where he's just going to be dead in the next season. So who knows?
Well, no, we saw him in the mental hospital in the end. Do you remember?
Oh, was that afterwards?
Yeah.
I thought that was like part of the flashback and stuff like that.
I know. It was a very flashback heavy season, wasn't it?
Well, it had to be because we just lost fucking 5 years.
Yeah, true. But
I'm
yeah,
like,
it is
who
like
the
make
fuck
up
are
your
these
mind.
7-foot people? It's like, that's the Scavos. I'm like, they were down here.
You were down here the last time I saw you. You've grown, Porter.
But speaking
And
of,
Preston and all.
so yeah, maybe we'll see more of David Dash. No spoilers from you or from you. I was looking though, and I felt real bad at like some of the deaths. Obviously, we've just experienced the death of Edie Britt.
Okay, yeah, this was big because you knew Edie died.
It was part of your first show.
Stand-up show, yeah, and I guess you were probably the only person in the audience who like hadn't watched Desperate Housewives, didn't know that Edie had died. So this,
I didn't know who she was.
You didn't know who Edie was. So now
She wasn't one of the four.
No, she wouldn't.
You
have been
realise
one
now
of the
she
main
was.
ones.
And what I appreciate is, it's like she's on the DVD covers. It's the 5 women.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Edie.
She is.
Oh my God, she is. She's one of the main, and obviously there was a bit of drama between her and Mark Cherry.
I'd always heard about this, but I couldn't ever look it up because I didn't want to get any spoilers about her death. So it turns out, she sued Mark Cherry for wrongful dismissal, assault, and battery.
Yeah, he hit her over the head.
But then she changed. She changed from assault and battery to a light tap.
Yeah, but come on.
So now I'm thinking he just was like.
I think he was like, "Come on." She wasn't like doing her lines.
That's not a light
or whatever,
tapper, though, is it? A light tap to me. If you'd like to come here, right? You be Edie Britt, get them out. And he's like, I think he was just kind of like.
You weren't there.
Well, you're not going to say light tap.
She could have been
as the aggressor in the lawsuit. You're not going to say light tap unless you're it was a light tap.
But maybe she was pressured to back down because she wanted to work again. Like, and she didn't want to be known as, but do you know what I mean? And have we seen Nicolette Sheridan in anything else? Like, this probably fucked her up. Anyway, so you were obviously watching this season, and every time Edie came onto the screen, you were like, oh, she's going to die now. This is going to be what kills her. And I was like, you will never in a million years guess what kills her. Like, and
It's fucking Orson.
well, yeah, by proxy.
No. She would not have swerved if he wasn't in the road.
It's so true. So Orson was in his narcolepsy klepto
This is
era.
the baby brain.
Yes.
Orson
I'm like, which one?
was in
At
his
least I didn't
necrolepsy.
say necrophilia. He was in his.
At least you didn't say necrophilia.
And now I
we
have.
We wouldn't want to bring it up otherwise.
No, we wouldn't.
That'd be
We
really
wouldn't want to
shit.
put that in anyone's mind.
The captions would be.
It'd be
all
a
over the shop.
shame. It'd be a shame
Wow.
to bring that up. What a shame. So he's in his klepto era, and he's running out of a house, and she has just discovered the truth about her husband Dave. He's moved on to Wisteria Lane to avenge the death of his family, and he wants to unalive Mike Delfino, which he does change.
It was also very convenient for him because she's leaving knowing who he was and knowing that all that stuff, and then she leaves
first
and
he
gets
tries
killed.
to kill her.
Well, yeah, but it's she just discovered his secret.
Yeah.
And then she left. It's like, oh, she's going to tell someone. It's like, no, she's dead. Seconds later, there's a little convenient.
I thought the death was incredible.
Take me back to watching it. Do you remember where you were?
I can't remember that one as
Yeah,
much.
you've not a good memory,
But
do you?
I do remember.
I'd be telling you what I had for dinner that day.
I do remember the end of the season where she pretends to kill herself. I remember watching that and being like,
I knew
"Whoa."
that wasn't it because it was too.
It was too
easy.
anticlimactic. But I think her death is iconic. So she discovers the truth about her husband Dave. He didn't marry her for love. He married her so he could move back to Wisteria Lane, get close to Mike Delfino, and kill him to avenge the death of his wife and daughter. Now, eventually he realizes it's Susan who was driving the car and he needs to avenge her, but that's neither here nor there. She discovers the truth. He freaks out and starts trying to kill her by strangulation. She's nearly dead. She breaks free, gets into her car, drives. You think she's going to die by maybe hitting Orson and crashing. You think, and then she swerves. She crashes into a phone wire. You think she's just going to die on the, or what's it called? A pole, whatever, phone pole. You think she's going to die from that impact.
Pole phone.
A pole phone for those who are in that industry themselves. You think she's going to die from that? No, she gets out of the car. You think she's fine. And then, because the wire has fallen down and there's water underfoot, she dies of an electric shock. And I'm like, it's so how she survived everything else.
It's like Mousetrap.
I've never seen it.
It's a game.
What a shame.
It's a board game.
Oh, I'm thinking of like The Borrowers or something.
Yeah, that's fair
Do
enough.
you know what I mean? Okay, right.
No, I was thinking of Little House on the Prairie.
I was thinking of Titanic.
I actually wrote notes on these lovely cards. We've discussed a few of them here, but Neil McDonough.
Right.
Does that name mean anything to you?
No.
That is David Dash / Williams, the actor.
Okay.
And one of the things, now he is one of the biggest bastards of all time.
Yeah.
You hate him from the start, and he's got a shitty little punchable face.
Yeah.
And then the fact that he's like tricking people and pretending to be friends, pretending to be in the band, and naming the band after his brother's band, Blue Odyssey or something.
Tricking Miss McCluskey. You took my cat.
Oh yeah, good impression.
Thank you.
The thing that pissed me off most about him was his fake blonde hair.
Do you think that was fake?
I
But
do.
his eyelashes and his eyebrows
Yeah,
and
you kept
his
saying
stubble
that.
were all blonde.
So I did a little searching, and I googled, and I found myself on a Reddit thread where people were discussing the same thing. And I'm very sad to say that the official line here that I had to write down and read verbatim, there is no evidence that he consistently dyes his hair.
So he is a natural. I think he's giving natural blonde, and
Yeah.
I'm glad you researched it so you can eat your words. What I hated most about Dave, he would. I'm just like, why did anyone agree to be friends with him? He's such a fucking freak.
He's also like, Susan, let's go to the lake at 6 a.m. I'm
Yeah,
like,
why?
no.
Okay, Susan.
I don't want to. 2, even if I say yes, we're moving that to 10. You know?
3, we don't really know each other.
No.
Imagine if I went to the lake with someone from across the road.
Was it's a clinic?
It is. They shouldn't really be travelling to any lake. But so
Can you say? Can you say that these days?
Can you say that? No, just because they're patients.
Yeah.
So they shouldn't be getting behind the wheel. Right.
Can we talk about some of the problematic storylines? I've written down 2 problematic storylines.
Quickly.
Not quickly. We got time. And don't be rushing me on my own show.
I know.
I've created a platform for
You've
myself.
got to feed the dog, bath the baby.
I'll be fine. And we've got the Applewhites.
That was a problematic
To date,
storyline.
they're still, I think, the only
black representation on Wisteria Lane.
Yeah.
So I was nervous to go into season 2 with you because I was like, I hate this storyline.
I miss your one now, though.
Betty.
Her with her eyes.
Oh, she was slay. But so basically this storyline is this mysterious family who are black move on to Wisteria Lane. It's a woman and her son.
Sorry, it's sorry. This mysterious family. They're black.
And that's the mystery. No, it's her and her son. But it turns out she's got another son chained up in the basement. It's very...
And he's got like learning difficulties.
Yeah, it's of mice and men. Or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's of mice and men.
What's your man's name?
Lenny. And it's like...
That I did in school.
Yes, shout out. It's like he...
Any school fans in there?
Hey, did you go to school? Call in.
Yeah, but even then it's like, it's like he did this, but he's got learning difficulties. Like, no. It was the normal one.
Yeah, it's like... But it's all... the storyline was essentially... All black men are dangerous to women like you.
Like,
and that's the plot.
And you think it's the one who isn't all there. No.
It's the normal one.
It was the normal one. Because, in his right mind, he still wants to...
They're all at it.
He still wants to beat a woman.
Yeah, that's...
And then they just leave and that's it.
Never mention again. That is a bad storyline. Obviously the obvious.
But yeah, I did enjoy Betty.
Yeah, she's good.
Betty's looks and Betty's like...
Betty's looks.
When she'd like reset herself.
Yeah.
Because she didn't want to like... When people were onto her and stuff, I do think that was good.
As
also,
all housewives must
I
do.
think... correct me if I'm wrong. I think there was definitely three counts of statutory... Let's not say the word for it.
Statutory grape.
Yeah.
And as Gabby famously once said, it was statutory, which basically means like it's grand.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that did happen a lot.
So we had John the gardener.
Yeah.
There was more for sure.
I don't know what ones you're... I think I know what you mean, but I don't know.
I can't think off the top of my head. I think there's been 3 instances of it.
But something I thought about of season 5, just before we go off there completely. Do you know the whole storyline is, what is this mysterious man who's moved in and what's his agenda? Oh, his agenda is to avenge the death of his child who was killed in a car crash. I remember watching that at the time and thinking, this is an absolutely insane storyline. It's so clever. But then this year, or in the last year, I've seen 2 other shows that use that same... Am I calling it a trope? Is it a trope?
No, I don't think it is.
It's
teasing to be a trope. What are the shows?
I don't want to say in case someone watches them because it's not revealed to the very end. Oh, that person.
Are they current shows?
Yeah, they're new. It's like, oh, that person kidnapped that child because their child was killed in a car crash by that parent.
I want to know.
In 2 recent
say it
shows.
Not beep them.
Never
heard of it.
And one is called...
No one's ever watched these shows.
Was very good. Anyway.
You said I won't get beep it the first time now.
Sorry.
When you look back now, obviously, be cautious. I've only watched 5 seasons. When you look back at Desperate Housewives, what do you think its legacy is? Do you like?
That's such a good question.
I think it has to be like, it is up there of its genre, whatever the genre may be. It is one of the biggest shows of this century.
I think its legacy is nuanced female characters that are written well and aren't just one basic thing. Like you've got Brie, who is like the uppity Stepford wife, but she's a lot more than that. And she's like, there's a lot more going on underneath the surface.
And actually, sorry to jump in here, that is another thing. I felt real bad for Rex Vanderkamp for getting just killed off easily. And then bringing them back the next episode to do the
Be in a
voiceover.
flashback. You just be back.
They'll wheel him out anytime. It's like,
Because they love a flashback.
hey Rex, are you free? Yep.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah,
I'll be right over.
I'm not busy.
When you're killed off on Desperate Housewives, you're never really dead.
So they wanted to give all of the women a different turn, a different vibe in season 2, and Brie was so robotic. She wasn't a real human, so they had to have her mourn Rex. So they thought that gave her a different dimension because she hadn't shown a lot of any real human kind of emotions almost in season 1. And then also apparently someone came out and says that Cherry,
Mark Cherry,
they spoke to him and being like, oh, who's Brie and who Rex? They're such good characters. He's like, oh, Brie is based off of my mother and Rex is based off of my father. And he's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, my father died real young of a heart attack. And your man was like, Rex knew his time was numbered at that point.
Oh yeah. So Rex arrives to his first day on the job and Mark's like, hey, you remind me of my dad. He goes home and Googles Mark Cherry father, dead at 41.
Yeah.
And he's like, right, I'm in for a short shift here.
But obviously there was female led shows in the 90s. We had Sybil and Ally McBeal come to mind of shows of and then obviously Sex and the City. So it wasn't necessarily groundbreaking to have female led shows, but do you think what do you think this did that they weren't just?
I just think they were very well written.
Yeah.
They were very and I guess maybe a show hadn't been set in the suburbs before that wasn't very soapy, but this was a soap as well.
Why it's called Housewives? They are
those bitches had jobs. Okay?
No, but they are the main, and it's the husbands that are secondary.
That's what
and not just they're not just in the home, and it's the husband's going out working, and they're all coming home. They're all of the storylines revolve around
the women.
The women.
I think that was a famous quote by the actor who plays Mike. I think when they were doing some press for it, he was like, "It's not called Desperate Husbands." He was like, the women run this show.
Yeah.
We're just along for the ride.
Where would you have it in your top shows, do you reckon?
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh God, absolutely. It's so good.
Who are you?
Who am I? See, you can identify with all of them. I think I am MJ, Delfino the child.
Stop.
Because I want neighbours to make me snacks. And I just come in with some funny lines here and there, but you wouldn't really miss me too much if I was gone.
Wow, that's got sad.
Yeah. Who do you think you are?
I don't know. I should have been more prepared having asked you that question
you're
first.
The one who asked. I think you're Susan. Because people are always like, oh, Duane, he's so lovable and silly. I bet he's never even had a bowl of soup before.
Who says that?
That's what a lot of people say about you. And, oh, yeah, he's just real sexy in a lovable way.
No one ever says it to my face.
And that's what some of the gay men of Dublin say about you.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair.
And
those are my tribe.
That's who I think you are.
Yeah. Well,
so will we...
to wrap it up,
yeah,
let's play a little game.
All right.
Who wants to go first?
You go first because you can explain it because I probably will explain it wrong.
Okay, so as we're a hot new podcast, we're going to play a little game called Blind Rankings. You'll have seen them on your phone where people blind rank things.
Yeah.
We've got 10 numbers. You have to give 1 to 10. You can't repeat the number, and we'll just see where we end up. So you, Fiona, are going to blind rank 10 men from Desperate Housewives. And then in return, I will blind rank 10 women from Desperate Housewives. I want to have a bit of crack. So, all right, so we're going to start blind ranking the men of Desperate Housewives. Fiona Frawley, you've got 1 to 10. I'm going to
10
give you,
being the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to kick it off with the man we were just talking about, Rex Vandekamp.
I'm going to give... I like the way Rex was a little freak in the bedroom, so I'm going to give Rex 4.
4, that's high.
Yeah.
Top half.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to move on now to a staple. I think I may know where you might go with this.
Oh, I know who you're going to say.
Carlos Solis.
Carlos is my number 1. I love Carlos. I know he was problematic in the first season.
8 people left, and you don't mind giving away your number 1.
No, Carlos is my number 1.
Number 1, okay. Next up, a man with many hats. Orson Hodge.
It depends on
Such
what
a dickhead,
season.
then a lovable dope, then a little klepto baby.
And real threatened by Bree's success, which
Yeah.
I hate. So that's why I'm going to put him down at number 7.
Step quite low.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Oh, it's hard.
We're
with
going to
him.
stick with Bree's lovers post widow status. George Williams.
Oh my God, fuck.
Hello, Fiona. George Williams, where are you going to go?
I'd love to put him as 10, but I know who's my 10, so I'm putting him as 9.
9. You know you're 10. Interesting. Next up, is he cool? Is he not anymore? Mike Delfino.
Mike Delfino, like, I know he's kind of good looking and stuff, but he just doesn't appeal to me. He takes himself too seriously.
You don't.
But I know he's a good
you don't,
man.
You don't go for a good looking man. Is that what you're saying?
Not really. Not really. So I'm going to put him.
I'm like, okay, that's
Noted.
I was like, that hurts my feelings, but also,
You're grateful for it.
if you did go for good looking men, you wouldn't be with me. So
You'll be in trouble.
where are you going with Mike?
I'll put him at 6.
6.
He's not bad. Wait, I'll put him at 5. 5. Is that what I
Okay.
said?
All right. You've got a lot of top spaces left.
Thank you.
Next, we're going on to and when I had to search his surname, I was surprised because Susan would really want to drop the surname now because it's his surname, Carl Mayer.
I love Carl. He's a bit of crack. Like, I know it's bad that he cheated on Susan or whatever, but I'm going to put him at number 2.
2.
Yeah.
Carl
I like
is number
Carl.
2.
Yeah.
Okay.
He comes out with some zingers.
Next up, Fiona. We've got Paul Young.
You need to
Orange
know
jumpsuit and all.
that when I was in hospital after giving birth, post C-section, a bit of a gnarly C-section as well, which was an emergency.
We
and
did use the word gnarly a lot.
It was fucking...
Yeah.
That's what I would use.
Are we allowed to say that?
describe yeah, I didn't know if I wanted to say that publicly, but yeah, it was bad.
We don't. I'm sorry, I said that.
So we'd be in the hospital watching Desperate Housewives, and anyone who's had a C-section knows it's really painful to laugh. And Duane would be doing this impression of Paul Young.
I've lost the impression though, unfortunately.
Zach, it's time to go. No, anyway, but it was very detrimental to my health. Paul Young, I'm gonna put. What spaces do I still have?
You've got 3, 6, 8, and 10.
He should be. Oh God, he should be worse than Orson, but I have to stick with that. So now I have to put him at 6, even though he's such a baddie. Paul is.
Okay, next up, a character that I don't even dislike. I just didn't care for.
Yeah.
Victor Lang.
So irrelevant. Like.
Yet he married one of them.
What low ones do I have?
Like he wasn't even like one of the flings. He married her.
Yeah, but that it needed to be, the stakes needed to be that high for her and Carlos getting back together to be so great.
You got 3, 8, and 10.
8.
Okay, next up, David Williams dash.
Wait, so now I have to put him at number 3, even though I hate him. But it's because I know who you still haven't said, and he's my most hated. I can't believe I have Dave Dash at number 3.
I think that who your most hated might not be in here. Well, I don't know why this person would be your most hated. Your final one, and going in at number 10, is Zach Young.
No, you forgot Tom.
How did I forget Tom?
Tom Scavo is the biggest villain in Desperate Housewives.
Sorry.
Get rid of David Dash.
No, I'm going to get rid of Zach at the last one.
No, Zach is more relevant.
I don't know. No chance. I'm going to make an edit here. Tom Scavo is your last one, and he's number 10?
He's number 10.
Number 10.
You need to.
But he became kind of funny there for a while. When he broke his back, was like, shut
When he broke his back and was
why
like,
was his bed in the
Disney
city?
head? And it was like, no, she has fucking 19 kids.
Did that happen? Kidney
Yeah.
head?
He was like, let's get it back on. And she was like, you can't do anything. Your back's broken. He's like, it doesn't mean you can't. And she was like, I'm literally running this household, running your fucking pizzeria, which you insisted on opening. Have 19 kids. And now you want me to give you oral pleasure while you're in bed in our living room. So yeah, he's a villain for me.
I can't believe that was a big edit out of me forgetting him somehow. Because
even though he's, I feel like, our favourite.
I would consider him one of the main, so I would have.
he is.
I just, it was an oversight on my part. But how do you feel about that list?
Well, I'm pissed off by the David Dash thing, but other than that, I stand by it. We do yours?
Yeah.
Okay, so rating from 1 to 10, 10 being the worst. Duane. Lynette Scavo.
I like Lynette. Well, no, Lynette annoys me at times,
Yeah.
but as a whole, I think I Lynette's the most human.
Her and Tom's sex is always problematic and scary. It's always like, okay, you want to go, and then one of them.
I'm not
going to
judge her
head.
on their sex though.
I do.
Lynette Scavo, I think is solid top half. I'm going to say 3.
I think that's fair. I like Lynette. But just the way when she's angry sometimes, she's like, you can't do that. And it's like, all right.
Also the cancer.
Oh, the cancer was
mark it down to 4 because of the cancer. No, don't.
Okay, Mrs. McCluskey.
Oh, shit. I want to
Shit.
I want to put her number 1.
She's so good.
But like...
She's always the voice of reason.
I'm going to put McCluskey 2.
I love that and I back that, to be honest.
I think she is an unsung hero of Wisteria Lane.
McCluskey rocks.
McCluskey as a band do rock.
Are they a band?
Big band, yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, there you go. Edie. Brit.
Edie.
A very multifaceted woman.
It's part of me, great crack as a character on TV, but there's another part of me that just doesn't care about her.
Wow. What a shame.
Edie, because she's kind of there and not there, go middle of the park, put her 6.
All right. Okay. I think that's fair.
We could confuse 5 as the middle, but like 5 is still top half. So
It's
we'll go
in
6.
middle area.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, a classic, Gabby.
Gabby.
Gabrielle Solis.
Yeah. Would I have had her above Lynette?
Lynette's at 3.
Yeah. Gabby I did not like at the start. And I didn't like Carlos at the start. And then as far as couples go, they're my favourite couple now.
Yeah.
They both became great. Very funny. Just I love the dynamic and I love just the character that they've built.
Can I just very quickly say one of the best moments of my life, including our wedding and the birth of our child, was when we were watching the episode where Carlos is blind and Gabby finds out he's blind forever. And it's always a moment I remember from watching it originally, and seeing you watch it for the first time was actually incredible.
It was in the hospital, wasn't it?
No, I think we were in the house. I think we were home by then. But it's when she's pretending like she's like trying to punish him for being blind forever. So she's like, oh, I'm baking you your favorite dinner. And it's like dog food. And then she's like, I'm in that teddy you like. But she's just like wearing a trackie. And she's like, come and get it. And he's like blind and looks so shit. He's like wearing a rotten shirt and all. And she's like, come get it. But then she sticks the dishwasher door open and he like fucking yeets his shin off it and it sounds like the most painful thing ever. And he's like, ah! And the laugh you let out was like, I don't think I've ever loved you more. I was like, I'm so glad he loves Desperate Housewives so much. So anyway, that's Gabby.
Gabby number 4, yeah.
Gabby number 4, right, okay. Gabby
did I not say that?
No.
Reveal. Gabby number 4.
Hard lunch. All right, Susan Meyer.
I think Susan, that's a good number 1.
What?
Yeah. No?
Susan is number 1.
Why not?
And just how confidently you said that.
You have to decide who, like, where you're going with these people.
Yeah, so you buy into her kind of whole main character energy. Okay, all right, fair enough.
There's nothing. Is there anything like dislikable about it?
No, there's nothing dislikable. I think maybe the first time watching she annoyed me, but I think that was my misogyny. Okay, next up.
I was pretty confident going into this. I would put Susan number 1.
Right. Next up, a character that met a nasty end in a supermarket when she was shot dead. Kayla's mom.
Oh,
I didn't bother looking up her actual name.
I despised her character.
Yeah, she
I despised
was not
that story
layered,
as well.
Yeah.
I might regret this, but chuck her right down at number 10.
10. She was just there to be annoying. Like, they didn't do anything else with her. Okay, next up, the dearly departed, gone but never forgotten, Ida Greenberg.
Is that the old one?
Yeah.
I didn't notice it her until the scene where she died.
Died because she saved the Scavo kids
Don't say that.
in the tornado or hurricane whatever it was.
Sorry, how have we not discussed in the whole episode? Carlos going blind in the tornado.
Yeah.
They're insane storylines.
I know, they're mental. But that's
and the fact that she's like, the craziest tornado. It's over now. Oh my God, he's blind forever. You can see now. He's back at work.
He's
a taxi driver now.
That we all love. But anyway, Ida.
9.
9?
Don't know her other than that.
Yeah, she didn't really have many lines.
I'm surprised she made it into the top 10.
Right, well, she did.
In fairness, I forgot Tom Scavo.
There's actually not many women for a show called Desperate Housewives.
Come on.
Brie Van de Kamp.
Brie.
Or Hodge, whatever you're having yourself.
Well, what's her maiden name?
We don't care about that.
Oh, misogyny. Brie. Do you know what they've done? Now, I don't said they've done, because obviously whatever.
Those fuckers.
But like, I do, as I said earlier, I remember Darren getting mocked for like fancying Brie, and then like as an older man now, you're looking at me like, yeah,
She's a bit of alright.
she's a bit of alright.
Yeah. I think that's because Darren likes to be a sick freak.
But no, it was just like, I think we all found her unattractive as teenagers.
I suppose, yeah, because she was strict and mean.
But no, Brie, when you were so shocked at me saying about Susan having any unlikable features, Brie has a lot of unlikable features and some that aren't redeemable.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes, yeah, she
look,
did
Brie,
abandon her son.
but like Brie's one of the main boys. So do I still have number 5 free?
Yeah, you've got Susan number 1, McCluskey number 2,
Yeah.
Lynette 3, Gabby 4.
Yeah, let's go Brie 5.
Brie 5.
So what numbers do I have left before we head into the last few?
So, okay, so you've done 1, 2,
What do I have,
3, 4,
7, 8?
5, 7, 8. Yeah, well done. You're
I don't
better
know.
at this than me.
I don't know who could be left.
Yeah. 7 and 8. They're kind of whatever characters. You've got Catherine.
Yeah.
Did she marry Mike Delfino at the end of season 5? Or
Also,
didn't she?
this might sound bad. I feel as if she's like Susan's mom.
I know what you mean.
She's like she carries older energy.
Yeah, she does.
And
she does.
I don't like her for Mike because I'm like part of me still is like Mike's the cool guy. I'm like
I don't see them together.
I was like you can do better than
Never
that.
worked. Doesn't suit.
Also,
He does. She does your sparkle.
we just couldn't ignore that you had a kid, but it wasn't your kid because you killed your kid.
That was an accident.
Well, you buried your kid, and now you've sent the. Where did the new kid come from?
A Romanian orphanage. Were you not watching the
Is
episode?
that why she had sallow skin?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go for 8.
8.
Yeah.
Okay. And finally,
Hold on.
she's...
I honestly have no idea who this could be.
You do. She's the glue that holds the whole thing together. Yes. It's Mary Alice Young.
What a casting! Being like, hey, you're in the show. It's like amazing. That's gonna be on the ABC. Amazing. By the way, we're not going to show your face.
You will never be in it.
I know we get her in flashbacks now, but
you will only
it's like,
be in it
you have to
when Terry Hatcher has a curly perm wig on, and it's 1980.
We've missed so much about this show.
I know. We'll come back to it.
What number does Mary Ellis get?
7.
And look, do you know what? That's more than she deserved for killing someone.
Yeah, but like
Killing someone and kidnapping a kid.
She felt bad about that.
I'm pretty happy with that list. I think maybe, but also maybe not. No, I would swap Lynette and Gabby.
You'd swap Lynette and Gabby.
I don't get to.
You'd put Lynette at number 4 and Gabby at number 3. I think that's fair. But what
Just because I think Lynette annoys me sometimes.
She can be.
So she could lose a point. But
she
other
needs
than that,
to give it less of this.
we talk Susan number 1, McCluskey number 2. I think that's a solid top 2.
I love it. Lynette at number 3, Gabby at number 4, Brie at number 5. All the hard hitters at the top. Edie at number 6. Mary Alice at number 7. Catherine at number 8. And coming in at number 10, Kayla's mom.
Where's 9?
I skipped Ida Greenberg at 9.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel okay about that?
I think I nailed that list.
Well, what more
If
is
the
there
worst
to say?
if the worst thing I can say is Gabby and Lynette is like, well, do you know what? Tomorrow Lynette's in her position.
Tomorrow's
fine.
another day. And that's what we always say on Wisteria Lane.
I do remember actually at the time of the show being out, there was a parody songs on the internet were big.
Yeah.
And Weird Al Yankovic kind of and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff, even though he was definitely like 10 years prior. But I do remember somebody made a U2 parody song of the song Mysterious Ways. And they were like, she lives on Wisteria Lane.
That's so good.
Yeah.
And to play us out, it's okay. It's all right. It's
And look,
all right.
You've got to talk.
She lives.
Well, no, I was happy to talk, but Desperate Housewives was your idea, and we got to do this now. But look, if you're going to teach me something every episode, I'm going to have my little time to talk about something I want.
Yeah.
And speaking of you two, I'm probably going to talk about them a lot in this podcast. But this is a little segment I like to call Duane's World.
Dwayne's World! Dwayne's World! It's mother flipping Dwayne's World! Oh, baby!
I don't even care if you're involved in this, to be honest.
Yeah.
I couldn't find a topic I'm more passionate about.
Oh, I know what it's going to be.
Go on.
Is it going to be about the U2 album?
No. What?
The U2 album that went on everyone's iPods.
Yeah, well, look, everyone was ungrateful for that. And look, maybe we'll get into that one day. You got to fucking, as Bono says, you woke up and you're a bit mad that, Father Christmas came down the chimney or something and you're just mad at that. But he wanted to just leave some milk on their doorstep, but he didn't realise that he'd actually gone inside and poured milk right onto their cornflakes. And I'm like, you know what? I want milk on my cornflakes. No, I'm passionate and this needs to be discussed. And we're destigmatizing a lot of things in today's day and age.
Yeah.
And one thing that we haven't destigmatized, we can go on about mental health and all that stuff, but fucking hell, birthday cakes.
Okay.
If I went into Dunnes Stores right now and I bought a birthday cake and it is neither your birthday, my birthday, our child or our dog's birthday, and I ate it for dessert tonight, I'd feel so morally wrong. Why can't we eat birthday cake outside of birthdays? If you have a pancake outside of Pancake Tuesday, there is no shame.
I think it's because of the size of it.
No, Marks and Spencer's do the little ones, and I've really toyed with buying them.
Yeah, that's what I got you this year for your
And
birthday.
it was just enough because you didn't have
and
a single.
You said, I know you thought I was a stingy bitch.
I thought
at first
you were
getting that.
absolute. I was like, if she wasn't pregnant,
But it pisses me off having a big cake that's not going to get eaten.
I'll eat it.
It's the perfect size. That small Marks and Spencer's.
But can we,
Other supermarkets are
as
available.
a society, make birthday cakes acceptable all year round?
What about a cupcake that's just a plain cupcake with
No,
sprinkle on it?
I don't want a cupcake. I want a birthday cake. I want a layer of sponge, a layer of buttercream, a layer of jam, a layer of sponge, and then I want thick
Icing on
icing
top.
the whole way around. And I want to eat it, and I want it to be soft. And you know when it's done? I want a second slice.
I would say.
But I don't want the slice that I'm given at a birthday party when you're trying to ration the cake for everybody. I want a big fucking hefty slice that's actually going to fucking feed me. And guess what? All I'm going to get is the small slice at the birthday party because the only time I'm allowed to eat it is at the birthday party.
What I would say to you is you're an adult man. What a friend.
Okay, I did do it once.
Yeah.
They discounted a birthday cake over there and I bought it.
I remember this. It was massive.
That was too big.
It was one of the chocolate ones as well.
I don't
which
even like
none of
chocolate
us are
ones.
excited about.
I just saw the price and I was like, I had to.
It's too good to go.
Too good to go.
I would say.
Are you going to help me?
Yeah, I'm just going to say you're an adult man. As one of our friends, Maddie O'Carroll, says about this household, it always feels like someone's birthday because we never deny ourselves sweets. If we see a treat that we want to buy in Dunn's, we'll always buy it. So I would say...
Next week on the podcast, if I have a birthday cake, you can get mad.
Well, if you get the small one, I will.
So, or what? Or
buy
what?
the small one for Mark.
Or what?
It's just annoying me. It will annoy me if you buy the big birthday cake, especially because you said you're going to try and be healthy. And I don't want to eat the birthday cake if we're going to throw it in the bin. That pissed me off. So I would say the small birthday cake is available for you to purchase. And that's hopefully resolving this issue. When are you going to get into Mark's? I'm not sure. You'd have to go to Dundrum, Liffey Valley, or into Grafton Street. But other than that, I wish you luck. And I guess that's where we'll end it for this week.
That was Dwayne's World. There we go.
Thanks.
Are you happy we did it?
Yeah, I am
Have we
happy.
finally done it?
Yes, I think so.
We have finally done a podcast.
Never again to be done.
If you have made it this far, I do hate when people say if you've made it this far because it's like, well, you have.
Yeah.
Because you listen, like, you know,
Yeah, so
it's redundant.
Yeah.
And now I'm one of those.
But you want to say thanks, subscribe.
I do just want to say, look, we're on social media at Men Welcome Pod.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Wherever
At
you get your podcast.
menwelcomepod.com.
Totally.
Find us on
set that one
Spotify,
up.
iTunes. Is it still iTunes? Apple Podcasts, YouTube, the lot.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Is there a nice way to say all that bollocks?
I
Because like
think-
we know,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
know to subscribe.
Well, then that's fine.
But if we,
Said it.
but do we have to say it? Do we have to reinforce it?
No, I don't think so.
No, I know. See, you're the worst for that because you make. I know. Just if they
I'm
don't.
like, let's not do a podcast.
Yeah. Can we just not put this out?
Can we just not exist as people?
What do you think? Just in one sentence, podcast with your husband. How'd you find it?
I think slay.
Will you come back next week?
I guess. Because
Imagine
I'm
like,
bound to.
no.
I will. Not for me. Not for me, darling.
But
Okay.
enjoy your little project.
Yeah, God bless. I'll go upstairs for this.
And give them your sign-off line. You told me the sign-off line ready for them.
That's not true. My sign-off line is, hey, stay safe out there. And
Yeah,
remember, like the women on Wisteria Lane say, yes. Goodbye.
Bye.